Cotton Mather, you were martyred on the London stage. You complain.
Actors are making fun of me.
You're the last Puritan with your hands on the gauge.
Plays are in the devil's library. You gotta give glory to get glory, and I got the call. He uses me, his understudy, the vilest in the hall of thousands to glorify Jesus. I am the nation.
Of course, you're the hotline to heaven.
The eye of God should be the only representation. The founders of New England resurrect with my pen. And for my pains I will have riotous young men singing profane songs under my window.
Legion! You had to preside at the Salem witch trials. Little girls deprived of play and play spent a while hearing a slave tell stories, and they said they saw spirits. Other stories came in, most lost their wits. Were you caught together in the woods meeting? Dancing, feasting was just your appearance, fleeting
With no place Satan enters, shapeshift wanderer.
Spectral evidence in courts.
Caught and called an actor.
You're an actor.
That's the worst after all these years. I don't know what to think, how to explain. Then they saw me go out at night. I must have been possessed.
Not the only lapse. You killed many before you were accused, and it could collapse.
Congregations howl, art's an abomination. It would be artificial if group singing got direction. To God, each sings in his or her own individual channels, rehearsed harmonies with other souls, send no signals.
Cotton Mather, you hate chaotic psalmody. You regularize secret singing and melody. In the country, New English cherish howling like coyotes. Beyond taste or performance, that's not in the city.
saying this new singing worships the devil. Some ran and angry elders bore testimony, wanted a ban, and a rumor says a play is planned for the chambers of the council. No.
The fugues get away from the clergy, they're losing control. All fugues will do whatever the fugue you want those fugues to do. The fugues are loose, hounded by the old light crew. The new light comes, ex-actor in a new role. Five in the old time, we feel burn bright. Edwards warmed up the apocalypse storm, and Bill broke down and cried at the dawn of the new light. Sinners in the hands of an angry God, open the door.
I am George Whitfield, the star, the religious performer who seems unrehearsed, who stirs, improvising off book, no notes, going far, making ministers with degrees look like actors. I evangelized 20,000 on the common, 4,000 more than Boston's population. So real and sincere, 5 died when they tried to remove me and take me inside.
A cartoon lampooned women's experience. I wish his spirit was in my flesh. Lift up your horn of salvation unto us. You made me your audience again. You had to be born high on new light rock. Crowd broke down the door. Your tirades against actors said.
Believe me, I know.
The crowd found itself in your power chords, so emo they'd shape a new mob behavior.
Boston's against actors, though there are no actors anywhere. Boston's against Catholics, though there are no Catholics there. No Halloween, no Guy Fawkes, no Day of the Dead. Boston, as folks say, effigies instead. Life-size effigies of the Pope and Satan. In political scapegoats, we can put boots in the North End, in the South End, fight over effigies. The two parades collide in bloody festivities.
Puritans lost their iron grip, now it's flexible. Aren't our puppets torn limb from limb, theatrical?
Well, it's only once a year, it's representational, yeah, but they're destroyed. You can be comfortable on Pope's Day, on Pope's Day.
You hypocrites, stop, I'll play the cafe and stop a crying man from crying. He distracts you from work, are you undying?
Well, scale model of Jerusalem disturbs the public. England beat the play-going, idol-loving French.
To Pope's Day, Hancock, you apply your wrench.
Peace between North and South End, speed politic. Pope's Day leader, Ebenezer, you lead the protest. Sack the governor's house, next year burn it down. The ledge will make a gallery in the interest of seeing rats perform in Boston town.
Massachusetts and Harvard officially banned plays. Coast New York has plays some are going to see.
Sam Adams uses the song singing praise as a front for the secret Sons of Liberty.
Mother and father were traveling actors. I I was born by the common, close to the theaters. Amazing actors are already engaged in procreation, reading under the cloud of Boston. Mama died when I was 2. It was like there was a curse. I had to get out. My baby driver said it's got the roominess of a hearse. I couldn't finish my only play. Someone said
There's a market for short stories, not poems or novels. There's your outlet.
oh really? Why don't you tell me about it? Stories, tales of horror, and science fiction. I'm not gonna write for actors, sorry, that's not an option. I won't be the one to free the theater from its playpen. I'm drinking under the sign of Boston. One more time, I'm under the sign of Boston. Samuel Johnson said, "To drama's laws the patrons give. If you live to please, you must please to live."
There ought to be a law against the salutations from the third tier of boxes for the protection of every respectable person, especially females. But you'll take no action.
Responsible Bostonians don't hear moral speech delivered or see moral acts in performance without a free and liberal applause. Any instance of cheering evil comes from the herd.
A Boston theater is as good as any outside London, says Fanny Kemble, the famous thespian. Edmund Kean, after a grueling tour of America, decides against his last show in Bostonia. The next year, the great Kean returns on the presumption that he can just apologize and lift the curtain. Well, they pelt him with metal balls and cake and nuts, though someone reads them the right act, nothing's done. Now it's like a curse, all these encores, like actors are slaves to their customers. Public property, we're not lion tamers, the lion tames us. Stomping on the floor.
There is a lion tamer, not quite an actor. He's a popular man, the power of laughter, pointed at his old colleagues. Humor has Boston double over. The great mayor Josiah Quincy Marks, the Federalist, who kicked him out to his second act,
Leading the people right back.
He enlists them
With his way, with a funny fact.
Even though you patrol at night, prowling round Boston dance halls, brothels, and gambling parlors, giving out tickets for bad behaviors. Your higher culture barely holds ground.
I go out of my way defending the street vendor. That's one more thing that makes me a class traitor. This mayors elected. I'm also dictator, fighting squalor, Central Powers defender. The era of good feeling was the Panharmonica, the great music machine in its own building, doing business after the feeling was moldering. The great mayor honors the mob and was gone. Massachusetts broke from the church in 1833. Our Commonwealth killed theocracy. Emotional religious bacchanalias rock the West Country. A barking rolling on the ground, the mob set free. While popular song uses theatricality.
Hi, Boston Pages drama from its musicality.
Music's the new religion.
Abstractions holy. Instrumentals are good. Worship and devotion solely.
Profane illusion, admiration, amusing fun below.
High, the pure elite and moral have no show.
Even the great players have the cold nor'easter of utility.
Apologize for lacking practicality.
Even as they claim that art makes you a better person. Theocracy died and soon the Boston police were founded. Mobs are rising, even elite ones.
Dickens fended them off where the waltz made it sensation. Moral people flock to see the drunkard. That's the play against alcohol. 100 shows occurred in 43. Boston first tasted minstrelsy
And grew its first resident company. They don't want to see us in the theaters. The riot down on Astor Place showed them the dangers of rivalry between fans of different actors. Gunmen protecting the playhouse there went and pulled their triggers. That Manhattan massacre spooked the nation's theater goers.
They're
Pricing us out, they really can't shut their doors.
shut their doors.
They're trying to get some quiet, even if it bores. Higher prices separate better than separate floors. Not that what's on view is any good.
It's
Usually crude, light or vulgar, but people act as they should. Soon Massachusetts prohibits disruption of any assembly, just as the Irish came from their famine with their music, dramatic rights, and emotion. Was this the end of political power for the Puritans? Let's try at least to keep controlling culture. Forget politics. What really matters
is literature. Moral crusader, Comstock has a cocky walk and lacks color. He always wears black, 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 black. Even concerts in the park. On the Sabbath he attacks the National Liberal League. Pushes back, back, back. Like a melodrama he pushes moral panics. The kind that gets us going at the start. Then we lose interest and part, leaving it to the die-hard to bear it.
Think of the women and children.
Over and again, burlesque ladies in tights are coming in. The city of God, the Boston attitude is famously against the mood and crude.
The New England Society for the Suppression of Vices, born at Park Street Church, 500 men. The New England Theater Reform Association grows grounds for a symphony is broken. Walt Whitman leaves the brass band. The same year Harvard students tried to mess with Wilde, dressed as Wilde, but Oscar wouldn't be riled. He made fun of them and got himself a hand.
Burlesque, vaudeville, variety, cooter grew.
A lot of ground was cleared by the fire of '72. People will watch anything like the new steam shovel to fill in the back bay who's making gravel. The Dime Museum was a Barnum ride. For years the professor had his run. We sing as the night is outside, taking the medical theater far.
For the bijou of fireproof Moorish Egyptian Keith hides it like the light, Mr. Edison. The overtone, the timbre, the weed, the twang, telephony, harmonic telegraph sign. There's a new way. For bijou's just 10 cents for all seats. Price war revolution. The gaieties continue and shows give no offense. The New England Society for the Suppression
of Vice changed its name. Some were impatient and the name was to blame. They became the Watch and Ward Society. A dancing bacchant was given to the library. The library refused the gift from its architect. A dancing devotee of Dionysus would have wrecked the great hall of books, so they sent her back. She went to New York, they gave her the sack.
I want a dream
Palace. I the Cardinal, hope and pray for a dream palace. Willie Bay, the Boston Archdiocese, put up the cash for a brand new day, with the promise there'll be clean entertainment from Mr. Keith, who got the payment. Like they'll use his big ambition. Dream Palace. Dream Palace. Stained glass luxuries,
Black gargoyles on the balcony.
painting even on the ceiling. The sky was Italy. Marble pillars, burnished glass, leather upholstery, polished glass. Finest toilets out of come to us. Dream Palace. Dream Palace.
Reaching high and low, something for everyone. There will be no outrage. Genteel middle class refinement means actors from the legitimate stage. Gilded proscenium mirrors, private boxes, and floral displays. Elegant walls like silk brocade and dazzle you when you choose to gaze. The
Dream Palace would be outdone by Keith. He'd build even bigger ones in Boston with the same old promise. A clean entertainment in exchange for the money of the Roman Catholic Church. Even the boiler room and the carpet, so legit they were called the Sunday school circuit. When Keith died, the Catholic Church did inherit the Dream Palace as trustee. It would never be a pit.
lost their wits. Were you caught together in the woods, meeting, dancing, feasting? Was it just your appearance, fleeting with no place? Satan enters, shapeshift wanderer.
Spectral evidence in court.
I'm called an actor.
You're an actor.
After all these years, I don't know what to think, how to explain that they saw me go out at night. I must have been possessed.
Not the only lapse. You killed many before you were accused, and it could collapse. Samuel Johnson said, "The drama's laws the patrons give. If you live to please, you must please to live."
There ought to be a law against the salutations from the third tier of boxes for the protection of every respectable person, especially females. But you take no action.
Responsible Bostonians don't hear moral speech delivered or see moral acts in performance without a free and liberal applause. Any instance of cheering evil comes from the herd.
Oh, Boston theater is as good as any outside London, says Fanny Campbell, the famous thespian. Edmund Kean, after a grueling tour of America, decided against his last tour of Bostonia. Well, the next year, the great Kean returned on the presumption that he can just apologize and lift the curtain. Well, they pelted with metal balls and taken us though someone reads them the riot act, nothing's done.
Now it's like a curse. All these encores, like actors, are slaves to their customers. Public property, we're not lion tamers. The lion tames us, stomping on the floor. But there is a lion tamer, not quite an actor. The popular man through the power of laughter. Disappointed his old colleagues. Humor has Boston double over. The great mayor Josiah Quincy Marks, a Federalist, who kick him out to his second act, leading the people right back. He enlists them with his way, with a funny fact.
You patrol at night, prowling round Boston dance halls, brothels, and gambling parlors, giving out tickets for bad behavior. Your higher culture barely holds ground.
I go out of my way going for the street vendor. That's one more thing that makes me class traitor. This mayor's elected, I'm also dictator, fighting squatter, Central Powers defender. The era of good feeling was the Panharmonicon, the great music machine in its own building, doing business after the feeling was moldering. The great mayor, artist of Marvin was gone.